T Show is intended for mature audiences. Parental discretion is advised. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Are friends with benefits?
Speaking of having a good time, Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Dayton broke the G&T show. This is now the David Mack
Appreciation Hour. You assholes.
What is it about this guy that people love him so much? With his purple velvet cape and his crown. I thought it was a little much when he had us carry him in the studio on a throne. I am awesome! Look what I have done! Look what I have brought upon the world!
There is an urge to go, yeah.
I heard rumors that you might be working on something else, but we won't prod much. I was going to say
I'm going to pry a little.
Dare you! How dare you ask me to change it? Do you not understand the majesty of my genius? And the guy sitting next to me looked at me like he was, like I'd cramped in his hat.
Yeah, it's the professionalism that sells the show. That's right.
And good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good day. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Welcome to another supplemental log of the G&T Show. This is Gettysburg 7, also known as Nick, or Nick, also known as Gettysburg 7. To my left, your right, there she is wearing her Power Girl outfit today, and might I say, nice window. Terry.
Thank you.
And to my right, your left, he's over there and he's wearing his Stewie outfit. He must be watching a Family Guy marathon. It's the Klingon Ceridium.
Kapla!
You bastard. And joining us today, we have Stan Konopka from Nemesis Studios. Did I pronounce it right, Stan?
Absolutely, sir.
See, there you go. And we want to welcome you to our show.
Well, thank you for having me. It's pretty cool.
To our tiny little corner of the internet.
Yeah, it may be a tiny little corner of the internet, but it's our corner. And when we're cornered, we bite.
Full.
So, yeah.
We're allowed to write on the walls.
I heard. I'm not gonna screw you in an elevator.
No, he heard. He listened to an episode. Everyone, this is awesome.
I believe in preparing.
Yeah,
I also have some inside Star Trek comic news for you in a little bit, if you'd like.
Oh, very cool.
I talked to a few of my friends and my life coach, JK Woodward, prior to talking to you guys.
How is the Woodward?
He is solid. He is one solid gent. He gave me the best advice I've ever gotten in comics, and I've followed it since. He is my Yoda.
Oh, I love that. I follow.
Right on.
What was the advice?
Yeah. Or don't share it.
To be honest with you, no, it's the best advice you could possibly give someone. Get your shit together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Seriously, it means don't come to a con with a half-written story and some bullshit drawings. Come there prepared with bound work, even self-published work to try to solicit to other people. And sure as shit, don't show up with a photocopied script and hand it to a famous artist without expecting to get laughed at.
Right. Well, that
These
is
are
good.
All things I've learned.
Well, hopefully not the hard way. You got the advice.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, I'm a guy. Now. I have to make the mistake to learn. I can't just take other people's advice. That's mostly a girl thing. They seem to be able to learn without making the mistakes.
Well, for anybody who wants to know who we're talking about, JK Woodward is a wonderful illustrator. I happen to have been following him on Twitter for a long time because he happens to be from my old stomping grounds in Long Beach, California. So.
He also wrote Harry Potter, right?
No, she lived alone in the car. She was
okay.
And then the sparkly vampires came and ate everyone at Hogwarts. It was weird. I'm sorry.
I have to say, I love his Cthulhu red shirt.
Oh, it was beautiful.
Page, yeah.
I never know how to pronounce that, by the way.
Cthulhu, something, I don't know. Whatever.
I thought it was Cthulhu.
Cthulhu? I'll take it.
I like the word Lulu, so, sounds
I call it 40.
Steve worked works. Steve from the
when I try to pronounce it, it always sounds like I'm sneezing.
Well, Mike, how would you say it in Portuguese?
There is no word for it in Portuguese.
Big ass monster. I mean, come on, you gotta have something.
It'd be run.
Not me. It'd be stop and get my camera out. I gotta get this footage. I'll put it in one of my movies.
Oh my God, it's the end of Watchmen for real.
No. I run away from great big blue schlongs.
Oh, so do I.
No, you don't.
I don't.
Unless they're attached to an Andorian, I'm just, whatever.
Yeah, see, there's wow. Is there a dog fighting ring there?
All right, well, we brought this to a level.
Oh, wow. No,
what kind of dog is that?
You don't even want to know. I'm sorry. I'm in my studio right now, and if I shut the door, I get zero reception. But my neighbors are like the fucking bumpuses, man. They got like 5 dogs. I don't mean 2. I don't mean 3. And they're not fucking poodles either. It's 2 pit bulls, a fucking German Shepherd, and 2 little jerk-off dogs, and they never shut up. I feel like I'm living in the Christmas Story. I'm going to throw a steak over there with peanut butter on them just to shut them up for a while.
Oh, it's not just me. I don't have the neighbors. I'm the neighbor. I have 2 German Shepherds. Yeah.
Oh, I have 1. She's a rescue. I love her.
Oh, what a sweetie.
Oh, here we go, Mike.
I know. You got me all.
She's called Reagan, and she's the best.
Oh, what a great name. What a great name. So tell me, Dick.
Ronald Reagan, good president.
Now, you 2 met at the great, let me see, let me make sure I get this right. Nope. Let me get it. It's not Philadelphia.
No,
it's
great Allentown Comic Con.
It's Allentown.
Yeah, there you go.
My brain went Allegheny, and I was like, no, that's on the other side.
Just always think, if you have trouble remembering, just think it's the Billy Joel Comic Con.
Oh, okay, Billy Joel.
It's a Comic Con in Allentown. Where the artists all be coming down.
It was the sweatiest con I've ever been to.
Oh, come on. Really? I've been to so many more where I swear the cosplayers lost 8 pounds of fluids. And you could tell because it was coming out of their stupid Halo boots.
But I was trying to tell Terry and Mike about the layout afterwards, and you just can't do justice to the layout of the Allentown Comic Con.
Well,
I can't be a complainer. It's a good event. We fill it every year. Well, not I have nothing to do with it, but it gets filled every year. This was my first year as an exhibitor because I really don't like I said, get your shit together. It's taken me since pretty much 2010 to get like 10 story synopsises written in enough completion to a level of completion that I'd be comfortable displaying it. So this was my first year as an exhibitor, but I'm stuck now. I'm going.
Great.
Right on.
It's a one-day con, but yeah, like it was packed. I'm not gonna lie, it was very, very packed, and it's very intimate because it's so small. The way it's laid out.
Oh yeah.
So
I got some stories about that.
Well, see, I went to it because 2 of my favorite cosplayers were there. That's why I went, and I figured I'll never get it. What?
It wasn't Victoria, was it?
No, it was Nicole Jean Marie and Ricky.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I met them. I hung out with them for a little while. They were very Hollywood for being a couple people that put on some spandex. I mean,
which one was Victoria?
Victoria was at, maybe it was a con before. Victoria Cosplay is her name. She just seemed so upset. Like, I felt bad for her all day. I was like, man, you look like you need a hug, but my wife would punch me in the face. And, let's be honest, I'm not really into touching other human beings. That's kind of gross, so it's pretty cool just having a wife. Every now and again she can wrap me upside my head.
Well, tell us a little bit about Nemesis Studios and what you've been producing. I noticed that you have your website only lists the ministry. You had also taken some submissions throughout 2014, but those have stopped. So give us a little bit of background about Nemesis, about what your plans, what you've done and what your plans for the future are, so our listeners can kind of catch on.
Okay, so I'm as bipolar as a battery. I have Energizer tattooed on my lower back. I have a tramp stamp that says Energizer. So if I stray off topic, please feel free to rein me in.
Oh, it'll just be part of the show. We know it.
Excellent. I started as a tattoo shop in the south side of Bethlehem in the year 2000. My hands summarily decided to go all shaky on me, so I quit doing that, and I kept writing under the title Nemesis Studios. So finally I got my shit together, and I got all my lawyer stuff taken care of, and I started this independent comic publishing company where I will write these stories and I will hire artists and we will make these books. That has since changed to I will now work for other companies and that will fund my books, and I am now still in the artist stage of The Ministry, which is the first book that is listed on the website, which is getting a complete revamping. I'm getting a high school kid to do it for $100. It's going to be wild. I'm paying for it, so I may as well have it look good and work. It doesn't work. I don't know what the hell's wrong with it, but I'm a writer, not a web developer.
Oh, I see.
The Ministry, the Ministry is just. I'll give you the 5-second elevator pitch. War in Heaven.
Love it.
Lucifer falls. Lucifer plots. 4 of the angels decided, hey, we ain't joining sides until we see who's going to win. Those get punished. They become the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
4 horsemen. That's very cool.
Yes. It's kind of like the Wayward Raven story, but it's a completely different story. Same topic, different story.
Yeah.
They deal with a 4 horsemen story as well. I met the guys. They're great. They're cool with my story. I'm cool with their story. So there ain't no beef. There's never any beef with me. I'm a peace and love Ringo Starr kind of cat.
Sweet.
But the Ministry is basically the story. The first issue is going to be coming out in a comic book, and I'm going to try to stuff it with as much freaking information and amazing art from this guy. He wishes he was here tonight. Corey Christian Anderson in Georgia, and he's fantastic. This is his first series. I have nothing but the complete and most utter faith in his ability, and he is making this look exactly like I want it. It's almost like he was in the room with me. He's in Georgia. I'm in the woods in Pennsylvania. And he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. He's learning, but he has got a way better learning curve than most people I've ever met, and he's really willing to work with. And that's another thing. I have it's like getting a tattoo, okay? I go out and I get a tattoo. I only have a few, but when I go get one, whenever I'm not broke, it's just, I decide on what I want, and I tell the artist, listen, man, you're doing this, you do it for a living, do what you do. Show me something cool. I don't care. Just make it cool. I pick the design, or I draw the design most of the time, and I'll do all the shading and shit like that, and I'll just take it to a guy like that and say, listen, make it yours. And,
cool.
This is what I do. I do this with Corey. I say, listen, this is what I want. Make it yours. Make this a part of, it's more of a collaboration than it's me telling him what to do. And that's how I prefer to operate.
Cool.
Right on.
Well, some of the stuff, it looks very, very fun on the website. And I know that you're going to be going through a revamp of the website. But, people can head over to Nemesis-Studios.com and give you the once-over.
You said hyphen. I love you.
It is a hyphen.
It's not a fucking dash. It's not a dash. You're right.
It's a hyphen.
Thank you. Not to be confused with the common underscore.
Correct.
Yes.
So now tell me, Nick, you two met. I have to ask, what was the first topic of conversation between the two of you? Was it the tattoo, or was it the comic?
No, it was the comic.
Okay.
Because there was a big poster thing behind there, and I asked what it was about, and we started talking.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool.
It was a cool. You know how we talked about San Diego is about everything but comics now?
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Allentown, there were so many artists and writers there, and believe it or not, Terry, lots of comics for sale.
Yeah, nice.
So it was...
And a good price.
Yeah, at a very good price. So it was, I guess the biggest stars you could say that were there were Nicholas Brendan, Xander from Buffy, and... probably the Power Rangers. Yeah,
and the Power Rangers. And they draw.
Yeah, they do.
They don't.
I got them, too.
I was going to say, I will never, ever, ever look down upon Power Rangers fans because they're just like Trekkies, and they've kept the Power Rangers alive for a long time, and they do. They draw a great crowd. That's kind of the one thing I really like. I myself am beginning to really enjoy the smaller comic cons.
You get a better. Okay, I'm a weirdo, so you get a better vibration from the room. Okay, you walk into one of these cons, hot or not, and you feel flushed with acceptance.
Nice.
And there's no male pissing contests. There's no girls hating every other girl. It's just like it's a community that was kind of what everyone really wanted at one point, but I just love it so much because it's all your friends. Even if you don't know them, they're your buddies. They're not just trying to sell you something. They're trying to sell you a piece of them.
And
the art is so significant.
And a lot of people willing to give advice to people saying, look, I want to start doing this, whether it be cosplay or writing or art. And there was a lot of interaction going on in how, this, get your shit together, but also this,
how to do it.
Yeah, what is your interest? What form, are you looking at? Fantasy, space, superhero, what are you looking at? That kind of thing. So it was really good in that, and we've talked to Terry about Comic-Con in San Diego is about everything now but comics.
Right.
And, I saw somebody tweet, geez, if you're not cosplaying, don't be here. Oh, really?
Yeah.
From San Diego. And, the Allentown one, I saw more people just stop. Oh, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Baltimore. Oh, I'm from Philadelphia. Oh, my God, how did you make that? That kind of thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, kind of getting back, Stan, I want to, one of the things that we, no, it's okay.
Sorry,
I like it.
I'm used to saying
I like
sir,
it when,
around dudes.
I like it when men call me sir. I'm just saying.
God, she used to be a vice cop.
Oh, sweet. Dude, I have to interview. I'm writing a book.
Oh,
she was a vice cop in Pasadena.
In the 80s, it was worse.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
She did
My
more
friend was
blow
in
in
Border
one
Patrol.
week.
Was he really?
Yeah, we used to. Never mind.
No problem.
Well, I'm sure the statute of limitations on BB guns has run out, but let's just say there were some unhappy border crossers that met a couple of drunk surfers.
Oh, man.
He lived right on the border in Corona Del Mar.
Corona. Oh, no. God, that was a beautiful town.
And his father converted this old adobe house.
Nice.
And there was he had no porch because, it's all dirt. So he built the porch on top of the roof. And it was gorgeous. But he had, places to sit your pellet gun and watch the border. Of course, mind you, this was in the 80s now. I'm a little old.
It was very, very different.
Oh, yeah.
Very different. It was very different back then.
Freedom. Fuck yeah.
We surfed a lot, though.
Yeah, my brother did, too. Now...
Oh, no, I was just a dumbass kid.
Yeah, well, weren't we all at one time? Really?
Oh, yeah. Thank God, though, because that makes being grown up so much fun.
Well, it's that whole learning... Remember how
mean,
we were just discussing learning by mistakes?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
In that case, I'm Einstein. I made so many mistakes. I made them again just to make sure that the stuff was real. I did scientific mistakes. That didn't work. Let's try it again.
One of the things that we like to talk about on G&T, and we like to focus on, especially with our supplemental logs, when we bring on the writers and the artists, is not just to talk about their craft, but really to get into the nitty-gritty of their personal process for telling a story. And you've come up with what is a very unique and fun and original story talking about with the ministry. And what was it? What was your personal process about? How do you go through the writing process, especially for a comic book, which is actually a unique thing for us to talk about because we've never really done it before. So
I think only Keith is the only person we've ever had on that talked about it.
I think you're right. And Brian Young too. I mean, I think.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we had Brian Young, but everybody's process is different about how they sit down and go through the writing process. But for a comic book where you have to think about the art that goes with the action, how do you go through that? How do you sit down? Do you outline or what?
Well, I'm old school. I come from a college where I was taught English lit, and I went to film school, and I learned how to write a screenplay and a script properly.
Wow.
Not like a comic book script, which is written improperly. However, it's written good for comics. I'm not being a snob. It's just I spent so much money learning one way, I'll be damned if I learn another. My process is simple. I come up with an idea, and I scream it into my iPhone, and then I take my medication at 8:30. I come out to my studio and I wait till something hits me and I look it up and I'm like, you know what? Let's write about that. And if not, I write about just anything, something that happened to me on the way home. And then it always leads into a story. And I get the story written. Like the story for the ministry is done. From the first issue is going to be a comic book, issue 0, the 8th day. That is going to bring you up to speed for the coming graphic novel. That's going to be focused on all 4 writers and possibly an apocalypse, depending on, the fact that they're no longer angels means they really no longer have to worry about that free will thing that they didn't have before. So maybe they want to do it, maybe they don't want to do it. We're going to see.
Interesting.
But here's the fun part about this book is after that, it's almost zero biblical. I mean, I take from it, of course, and I use it as fiction and throw it in there, assuming that it's legal. And I don't want the Mormons chasing me, or God forbid, Westboro Church, whatever the hell, Westboro Baptist Church is freaks. Oh my God, I seen a video with them on HBO. A little kid got hit in the head with a 40 bottle. I almost cried.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, it was ugly. HBO, don't watch it, just in case. But it comes to you, and then you write it down. And I just still do things longhand.
Do you really?
So absolutely. You must. There's a feeling that you get from it, and then you have all these wonderful notes. Like I do, much different than most other people. It's called a formless comparison, and this is what I learned in film school. And it's basically a 6 or 8 page sheet where I take each individual character that means something, and I write down everything there is to know about them: where they went to high school, how they fell in love the first time, if they broke their leg. You just got to get to know the character, and once you build the character, then you can start working on your story. And my story in issue 0 is about as simple as it gets. It's going to be an art spectacular. Corey has been giving me some amazing thumbnails, and it's basically just going to outline the war in heaven and the angels becoming cast out. Satan and all those guys get the old hoofty boot right out the old board there, and then our angels get released. And we're going a little bit against the grain, as in the Bible they release the last angel, the angel of death, last. But in my opinion, don't you think that as soon as life starts, shouldn't the angel of death be there too? I mean, we weren't born immortal, as far as my Catholic school education has taught me.
Yeah, that's
I got out of that in 7th or 9th grade when they booted me out, so I'm good to go with that.
I had the full 12 years.
Guilt. Oh no, I have so much Catholic guilt. If I find a rosary, I'd pick it up. I've got 1,000 of them around here. It's ridiculous. I'm looking at one right now. I can't help it. Like I said, 70s Catholic guilt. Our schools were still segregated when I was growing up. It was still boys, girls, big white line painted down the hallway.
Well, it's funny. I grew up in Connecticut, and I didn't go to Catholic school, but our school, the grammar school I went to, was built late 1800s, early 1900s, and the door if you're looking at the front, on the right says boys, and on the left side of the building says girls, and it's etched into the marble, so it's like
this was hardcore. Yeah. Ridiculous in my opinion. As soon as if I may quote Carlin, I was Catholic until the age of reason. So I'm not quite a practicing Catholic anymore. Man. Sorry, this is where the idea came from. It started out as a vampire story. No bullshit. I was sitting down writing it. They were going to be the 4 that survived throughout time, and I was going to do one story about this guy, intertwine it with this guy. Then I did the outline, I did synopsis, and I said, you know what, I'm going to put that away. And I met this guy Corey, and then for I think it might have been around the time the Mayans were hoping the world will blow up. And I think that's kind of why I went with the other route. So I rewrote it, and we went biblical. And I don't want to say it's because I'm lazy, but the first issue was written, so I had time to write the rest of it. And now I'm adding maybe 8 pages into the original, the first issue. It's called The Eighth Day, and it's just morphed. It's morphed so much since the beginning that it's hard to really tell where we're going with it. There is an end game, and it is written, but how I want to portray it now, that's a different story. We're going through each era of humanity, jumping back and forth. It's going to be more of a time jump. You're just going to have to assume that these people have been present, suspension of disbelief and all that. They're present. They've been present. They always will be present. They don't die, and they influence us throughout our history. So I'm going to use wars. I'm going to use incursions. I'm going to use famine and plague. And like I said, I'm a history buff too, so I have a plethora of things that I can go through and look and, rewrite certain things, take a character out that did it, add some devious deeds for my character, and, have him fade into the background kind of towards the end of the playing out of it. Because in my opinion, like the tagline I have is traveling down through the ages of man, one apocalypse at a time. Listen, Native Americans, white man came here. That was an apocalypse as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. So it's each one of those major travesties is an apocalypse to me. So I'm saying, Armageddon's something completely different, especially dictionary-wise. Well, Wikipedia anyway. So I see apocalypse as not like a ELE event. It's just It's just one time when something unbelievably like in like Auschwitz and like World War II and
I was going to say even the French
Kuwait
Revolution,
absolutely,
the French Revolution, the Russian Revolution.
Yeah, how everybody trampled into Afghanistan and ran the hell out. Alexander the Great ran in and went, "Let's get him." Turned around and said, "Fuck that." Yeah. But everyone else seems to think it's okay to fight the sand. Screw that, man. Give them some water, they'll be happy. Fuck. For some reason, the Rasputin comes to mind when you're talking about things like that. Yes, but you know what? I really, really, really liked the Hellboy movie.
Yeah.
And I know I'm probably pretty alone in that one.
No, I love that movie.
You loved it? But tell me that wasn't the best. I mean, other than Samael. I mean, come on. You couldn't pick something cooler than that. Every time you die, too shall be reborn. Blah, 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 blah. Shut the fuck up. Give me something new. And then Hellboy 2, I damn near cried like Rocky 2 when freaking Mickey died when he shot the elemental. I mean, I was like, you dick. Everything turned to grass. I'm like, man, we could have used that on this. But the elves were awesome. You know, the sword fighting, the extending sword. I mean, I aspire to do things like that. I'm doing a pilot for a series that I've written, and it's basically in the woods, like, what's that, Blair Witch Project, but a little bit higher budget and a little bit better acted. But I'll get to, that's like a 4 or 5 year project I'm working on. It's just some of the stuff, it's hard not to want to copy it. That's why I don't really read anymore other than the classics, because, I read a Superman comic, next thing you know, my guy's ripping through fucking steel, and he can't do that,
Yeah.
So I have a stack, don't get me wrong. I keep buying them. It's just they grow. And I only really buy the ones that interest me. And I hate to say that. I support the indie guys by doing the Kickstarters, and I pledge to those, and I retweet all their stuff, and I really am into it, because without this community that we've built, and we have built it, without this community that we've built, none of us will be able to do anything. I mean, if you look at just the main guys, even Neil Gaiman does his work through Twitter, and Jim Lee, for God's sakes, and what's his name, Axel Alonso for Marvel. I mean, they all revolve around Twitter, so it's really become, maybe it's something in other people's lives. I mean, for me, it's not like a marketing website where, everybody's trying to sell everybody something else. It seems like it's mostly sharing. And, hey, check this out. You might like it. I like that stuff.
Well, Terry just did on our website, we have a blog called The Fan Dance, after Uhura's dance in Star Trek V. Mm-hmm. But, Terry, you were talking about that, the community supporting each other and knock it the fuck off with the infighting.
I mean, that was in regards to the fan production.
Right. When it was about yelling at the unofficial production community and the Star Trek community, is that there seems to be right now some real knockdown, drag out, hissy fit, jealousy, petty, childish shit going on right now. And really all it's doing is making things a bit, in other words, they're calling too much attention to themselves. And when they call too much attention to themselves for negative reasons, the last thing on earth we as fans really want is for the IP holder to come crashing down on everyone going, okay, that is it, no more. And when they pull the plug and they start sending out cease and desist letters is when we all as fans lose. That's why I'm really excited when I hear about a tight-knit community that even if they're official productions, people, independents are doing what they can to support each other. That just makes a much more thriving, diverse, and powerful community for, in your case, in comics and films. If you have to support each other, because the big guys aren't going to support you at all. If anything, they're going to try and find a way to they're going to take you down. And their job is to make as much money and keep competition away. And what we need to do is support, it's like supporting mom and pop stores, right? Yeah. It's the same thing. We have a more powerful economy and a more powerful group and community when there's many of us who all support each other in what we love. So I can totally understand, and I think it's fabulous that now, and here's the other thing, is that part of me wants to say we owe a little bit of the success of a lot of smaller community-based comic cons on the rising popularity of the big guy in San Diego, because it makes the news, because it's becoming more acceptable to be the quote-unquote geek or the nerd now. and people are allowing their own fandoms to be expressed. They're going to the smaller cons now, which they're becoming more successful. So as far as I'm concerned, San Diego can be the big behemoth party that it is, and the bigger and bolder it gets, the better it'll be for all the little guys out there. At least I hope it stays that way.
Now, Stan, are you planning on going to Baltimore Comic Con?
No, in fact, I am currently getting shit together.
Yay!
No, I'm.
See how he did that?
The Allentown Next.
Where? Allentown Next.
I'm doing Allentown Next, and maybe a couple more before the end of the year. But my main concern right now is I have 2 titles coming out with Greyhaven Comics, and I have my own title coming out this year, and I have just submitted a synopsis for a novella-type comic through a guy who's been in the business for ages and ages. I don't want to say his name or anything like that. Maybe I'll jinx it. I hope he likes my story. But there are existing characters with existing canon that I can draw from and write pretty much anything because it's a kids-based, cat and mouse game. It's really groovy. It's really groovy to have the ability to do that. But I can't really represent myself without my product. Now I printed out a preview book on my own before the Allentown Con, and it's got the 4 characters. It's got a Bible quote about them, and it's got 2 or 3 or maybe 4 preview pages.
I have that. That's on my.
You have that?
On my yeah, I have it on my on my clip hanging on my cubicle at work because I really like it.
Thank you. Oh, thank you very much. That was the learning thing. This is my first time. I never call myself a comic book writer. I'm a failed novelist. So I went to comic books because I love them. I always have. My son's name is Kal-El.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah,
with the hyphen?
Awesome.
With the hyphen?
Yeah, Kal-El. Damn right. Damn right. And by the way, he was born before Nick Cage's son, Kal-El. Just so for the record, Nick Cage can eat a dick.
Yeah, but that statement stands on so many things alone.
Mm-hmm. Ghost Rider 2, you mean? Where he was peeing fire? Yeah, great movie.
Pretty much everything except The Rock. And I hate to say that because Michael Bay is like the Antichrist, but...
Yeah, but Michael Behan is in that movie.
And Sean Connery.
Michael Behan, I don't know if you know. Oh, yeah. Welcome to The Rock.
And Harris, you know?
Yeah. Oh, Ed Harris? Are you kidding me? From The Abyss? Oh, man, from that one chick flick I like? No offense to the word chick flick. It's just the only thing I know to say.
I love Ed Harris in Apollo 13. I thought that was...
Oh, no, that was... You see, that made me sad because I went to space camp and all that nonsense, and I was, a big nerd without
Do you mean the movie with Kate Capshaw or the actual space camp? Yeah,
no,
that's right.
In Orlando.
I had a call back to that movie, which I saw about 20 times.
I love that movie.
And then it was Huntsville, Alabama. So, I was all out. I was in Young Astronauts and all that crap. I wanted to be an astronaut, but it turns out I'm 6 feet tall, 225 pounds, and I am not built to be an astronaut. So I would not fit into any of those little suits.
But could Buzz Aldrin Buzz?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, but he's like 5'4" though. I mean, he's a microscopic human. I mean, like that's the kind of guy who would like not. Yeah, oh yeah, no kidding. He's not.
And he's a good hugger. Just saying.
You hugged him?
I did.
What?
Oh.
I got the hug.
Did you snatch some hair for DNA? What the hell?
No, his wife was with them. She had that look like, don't hug him too hard. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
I got to meet him at Hollywood Expo. He was being honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award. And
what is Buzz Aldrin riddle? Because you're going to shatter him.
No. His wife was like...
Keep your boobs off my husband.
Yeah.
Basically.
It was very sweet. It was very funny. It was like,
well,
yeah,
just so you know, Terry does have some serious stage 4 rockets.
Oh no, what's the launch code? Joshua's working on it as we speak.
Oh, Joshua. Good pull. Do you realize how much of our audience is scratching their head right now?
They have no idea what you just said, except I think maybe Dayton will get it.
Dayton just splooged.
Yeah, he did.
Shall we play
a game?
Oh man, that used to be my ringtone. It drove people nuts.
Oh, I like it. I'm gonna have to
yeah, you can go on to websites to get them.
I always love the other options that they had, like Middle Eastern biological attack and things like. Anybody remember the War Games game on? I think it was in television.
Yes, I do. I've never played it because my neighbor had it. it. I got to see
Oh,
it.
so you didn't have to.
Never got to play it.
It was basically Missile Command, but in with a 2D map.
That's awesome. Wonder if they make a bot for it for online.
We're all staring into the distance now.
I know.
Yeah, no, those were the days. Matthew Broderick and Ali Sheedy and
Before Matthew Broderick was a killer that was released.
yeah, right. And he had the fucking soda can making a stupid phone booth work.
Truck driver.
First time in years, man. I drove past a phone booth this weekend with my stepfather, with my father-in-law and my wife. We went to this extremely American, unbelievably stuff-your-face Asian buffet. Ate ourselves sick. It was a mess. It was a mess. I was like 4 inches larger.
Sounds like
than I was
a scene
when I went
from American Dad.
Oh, we get it once a year. He comes down, he does something with the kids, well, individually. He took my oldest, 19 years old, took him, what is that shit where you fucking high from the mountains like a jerk off? Zip lining.
Oh.
And around where I live, I live in the mountain area, like right at the bottom of all of them, right before the Poconos. So he went up to, I don't know if you're familiar with it, but I think it was maybe it was a Camelback. It was one of the resorts up there. In the summertime, they run these zip lines and then these boulder challenges, and it's pretty, they got bumper boats, all that other crap. But my kid went on these zip lines, and they're doing like 40 miles an hour, like 80 feet in the air.
Nice.
My son is 6'4".
Bird.
He's 19.
And his name is Kal-El?
Nope, that was Michael. My 10-year-old is Kal-El.
The son named after the devil went off of it.
Yeah, no, it's funny. I call him the Archangel.
I love it. That's right.
He's still the devil. He's a 19-year-old boy. He knows fucking so much. I should ask him for advice.
It's funny. My fiance's 18-year-old daughter knows that much too.
Yeah, it's funny. Why don't they know so much while they know it? Why don't they get out and make something happen? You know everything. Go fix some shit.
Oh my God, too funny. Just laughing because no, I remember my mom saying something similar about my brother. I don't know.
Do you get this a lot? What you should do is...
Yeah, no, I hate that.
Yeah.
What I should do is what they did in the 70s. I should grab him by his chest, slap the shit out of him, and make him do the work. But we can't do that anymore because it's not nice. And that's why we have a society filled with entitled children who think they deserve everything without working for it.
80 slow clap. No, 80 slow clap.
It's ridiculous.
Well, I told this story in private at Terry's house in New Mexico, but, back when we were all kids, because I'm 44, Terry's 21, and you're about my age then, Stan, I guess?
Yeah, I'm 40.
Okay. Yeah, back when we were all kids, one time I came to the shirt without a table, to the table without a shirt on.
That was very uncomfortable, I bet.
I came to the table without a shirt on, and my father said one time, put a shirt on, and I said, but it's hot out. I never saw the hand actually meet my chest, and my father said the best part was I got up and went and put on a shirt, and my sister was crying.
Yeah, imagine blowing up your father's plow truck in 2 feet of snow in the middle of the driveway going up. The engine blew. He was at work. Dude, I ran into the woods. I didn't come out for like 6 hours. I was hiding behind a tree looking like the Lord of the Flies and shit. I had sticks in my shirt so he couldn't see me.
Did you really?
Man.
Did you catch the
No, I ain't bullshitting. You're damn right I did. Damn right. Man, my father got mad. My father put a boot to your ass.
The only vehicle thing I had was, I grew up in Connecticut, and it had snowed, and the Little League parking lot was really large, and it was just crying for donuts to be pulled. And having to call my father and say, I don't understand why, but both tires on the passenger side are blown out.
I hit a curb, man. You got to think quick on your feet.
Yeah, he didn't believe that I hit a nail or something. He just...
Well, when he came to pick you up and saw the parking lot full of circles, he may have had...
Yeah, well, that was the problem. He had to come pick me up in the parking lot because I couldn't drive out of there. And my buddy Joey was like trying to kick snow over the floor.
That's why you always bring more than one friend when you're doing something stupid.
Okay, that is the truth right there.
That is so true.
Yeah,
very true.
That should be our show's official logo. Always bring a friend, more than one friend. You're going to do something stupid.
No, it's real. It's true because you got to have that one dumb guy that they always catch, and you only got to outrun the other guy.
True.
So they always chase after the fucking fast guy. So I just sneak behind a tree. I didn't do it.
I think our group of friends, we have the motto, which is, of the best friendships are based on mutual blackmail. So the more you do wrong together, the closer the friendship shall be. And I have
my goodness, it's true though.
It's true.
They are the ties that bind us. They even said it in Batman. How can you know about that life unless you've lived it? Be it from one side or the other. I have a lot of police officer friends that live in my town, and they do a great job. But, 2 towns over, guys are getting, caps popped in their legs. And it would be fine if they were shooting for feet or legs, but these guys are popping people in the head. I mean, last time I checked, stealing a VCR did not come with the death penalty.
Yeah, very, very different.
I don't mean to get political. I always see these asswipes that put these stupid videos of cops behaving badly on the Facebook, and it takes a few of them before I get angry. And then I just go on the YouTube and I search out dog saves human or animal saves human. Then I say kid saves, and whatever comes up, and I watch about 8 or 9 of them, and I feel really great about humanity.
Real much better.
And then I post them, and I say, listen, asswipes, if you seek the bad, if you seek it, it's going to find you. No, you won't even find it. It comes after you if you go looking for it.
Interesting.
Especially with Facebook's current algorithm.
That's right.
Oh, well. Here's the thing. Do you really think you're not being watched currently? I mean, I'm not being paranoid. But there's a reason why. Holy fucking spider. Give me fire. Sorry, a spider just walked across my floor. It's about the size of a fucking $50. I don't mess with them. We have an agreement.
Just leave it be. Live and let live.
Yeah, absolutely. They keep the bugs out.
Little scientific fact. No matter where you are, you're never more than 6 feet from a spider in your house.
That's
crazy.
I believe that. Did you read that thing online about how they're getting bigger? Oh, it's the summer of the bug. Make no mistake.
At least this year we don't have the stink bug problem down here we had the last couple of years.
We have
armored Japanese fucking
bastards,
samurai bugs that look at you and they're just
and they breed with other bugs, creating new species which are ruining our ecosystem. It's unbelievable what they've done.
They're the alien invaders.
They came from Lutron. Do you know that story, right? There's a company. It's a local company. Actually, it's about 10 miles away from my house that imports all of their electronics pre-assembled, and then they put the plates on them at this one company. Well, apparently they had that's like patient zero for bed bugs, or not bed bugs, for freaking whatever it was called again. Stink bugs. That's it. Yeah. So they're patient zero. That happened in the Lehigh Valley. It's a very strange thing to be proud of. But hey, what are you gonna do? It's bugs. It's like
I think he just found a basis for a new comic book. I'm just saying.
New Mexico has chili, and you got bugs.
Yeah, we have. We have bugs. Don't talk to me about
Baltimore
bugs we
has
have
venereal disease.
Well, this is probably a brown recluse that I'm looking at.
Oh, not good.
Stay away from
Kill that.
Kill it with fire. Kill it with fire.
Mike knows from brown recluse.
Mike knows all about.
Oh,
he almost lost his leg.
Yep, my uncle, same last year. It's staring right at me. I can see his eyes. Oh, there it goes. Oh, bastard. Like I said, we have an agreement. I don't mess with him. We spoke. My uncle was bitten by a brown recluse a couple of years ago in the foot. And being a stubborn Konopka, he decided not to go to the hospital either. And was walking out to get into his car one day for work and just dropped. So my cousin and her daughter took him to the hospital, and it was they got the envenomation guy in there and they checked him out. It was brown recluse, and then they proceeded to make relief cuts in his leg so that he didn't split open.
Wow.
And he lost a good portion of muscle from his lower leg and a lot of his intestines. Oh. And it's one of those good news, bad news things too. They also found that he needed a bypass because of it. So what is good?
I thought you were going to say they found like the Holy Grail or something.
No, not in one of us. No, maybe like a handful of tar or something like that.
Oh God.
Our souls are covered in tar, and we're just working these days to try to get it clean.
Mike, you've been silent. Do you have anything?
I'm just enjoying the interview, listening, and very cool.
Well, hello, Mike.
Hello.
Well, on the seeing as though we are reaching our time right here, why don't we discuss real quick where people can kind of follow you? Oh, go ahead.
I also have the questions, Terry.
And I have the JK Woodward inside information if you need.
Oh, yes.
And I kind of think you might want it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today, it was on Facebook. That's why I can't find it. Today was today's Wednesday. Yes, you can New Comic Book Day. So my friend's book came out today, Mr. Woodward, and there are Easter eggs to be found. And as soon as it pops up, oh, you know what? I'm a writer for sure. All these blue apps look the same. You can never touch the right one. You know what I mean? And it's not like I have, like, little fingers. I look like I have a handful of sausages. Okay, are you ready? This is an exclusive just for you guys.
Sweet.
Let's say it right. From @JK_Woodward on Twitter.
On Twitter.
You can tell them there are 3 Harlan Ellison short story title Easter eggs in issue 3 that came out today. And you can see if you can spot them all.
Nice.
Interesting.
Now, he's not announcing a new character or anything like that, but he's letting you know that in this new issue, there are 3 Harlan Ellison short story title Easter eggs in this issue 3. And it came out today. So if you can get out and get it, and you can post it on his Twitter, or you can post it on mine @Nemesis_Studios. Nothing to do with the Star Trek title. It was more of a, what was that movie called? Snatch. A guy named Bricktop. Do you know what Nemesis means? A righteous infliction of retribution carried out by an appropriate agent. In this case, personified by a horrible me. I blurred out my own word.
Oh,
but yes,
great.
that's us.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. That's wonderful news, and I'll have to give JK some grief for that. That's awesome. Nick, you were going to say, look, we've got the introduction on these.
Our James Lipton questions.
Yep.
My favorite word. Nice.
Yeah, what James Lipton?
Oh, yeah, I'm from Jersey. So if you ask me what my favorite word, get ready to throw a triple at me.
Well, no, this.
Oh no, we don't have to ban you on that one.
No,
that's fun.
No. These are towards Star Trek, but since you're a writer, I'm going to ask you. Okay. It starts off easy, and then we build.
Okay, let's fail.
What is your favorite Trek series?
My favorite? The Next Generation. Because growing up, I knew that Shatner was a pile of monkey shit. Konopkas are built with that filter. And I listened to another very famous satellite radio show where George Takei, oh my, is the announcer. And I am privy to all kinds of inside details about Shatner based on him.
Yeah.
So he has definitely sullied my Shatner love. However, he is for always the Priceline guy.
Yes.
if not, I'm sorry. And the holiday music. I did buy the CD. I did not download it. I went out to the music store. There were 4 CDs in the whole place, and that was one of them. So I bought it. And it is great. If you ever want people to leave your holiday party or leave after a holiday dinner, put that shit on. It's the best. But I grew up in the 90s. Like, not really. I was born in the 70s, but I kind of got my wings in the 90s. I really wasn't into TV other than cartoons. And that really stayed with me through high school and stuff like that. So I got into The Next Generation. I watched that religiously. That was our talked about, whatever day after around the lunch table. That was, oh my God, can you believe that guy has a hairband for an eyepiece? Or, Captain Picard is so stupid. I want Shatner. And bunch of crybabies. The fucking story. Shut up and enjoy it. It sucks. I'm sorry. It's just...
No, Nick.
If you could be any species in Trek other than human, what would you be?
Let me think. Klingons look too silly.
Thank you.
Well, it's not that they look too silly. I don't want to look like that. I got a nice nose and shit. Let me think. Vulcan is too obvious. Who are the green girls? The
Orions?
That's what I want to be. I want to be a green dude.
All right. Orion work.
If you were given an opportunity to write an open-ended series based on one character in Star Trek, who would it be?
Scotty.
Yay! What a wonderful answer.
That's the first Scotty we've got.
I like it, too, because he's like one of my favorite
James Doohan. Yeah, right, and you know nothing about him. He's just an old, miserable prick. And that's the best part, because you can come up with so much. I mean, once I get an idea, like I said, I'm bipolar, so I can go for days. Like, that whole thing they said where if you don't sleep for 2 weeks, you die. Well, bullshit. So, before I was medicated, I was up for weeks. I lived on ice cream, cigarettes, and working out. All I did was write. It's insane. I never have to write again. I have enough shit for the rest of my life. But as soon as you said a character from Star Trek, it would have to be Jimmy Doohan, or whatever the hell is that. It's because he's miserable, right? He always seems like it's a fucking chore. Like he was promoted from janitor to button pusher. You know what I mean? That must be his story. Like he used to clean out the space turlets, and now he's pushing buttons. Yeah, he's stepping up in the world. It's like it's going from the drive-through to frying French fries, you know. But here's something they said on the Stern show the other day, that the main characters, Uhuru, no, not Uhuru, it was Spock, it was Kirk, and it was one other helmsman. I can't remember, but they had what are called big boy chairs. Do you know about this? Is this part of your Star Trek? Okay. Shatner insisted on talking to every actor before their scene. He was notorious for taking a scene that was directed for another and going to the actor and saying, well, this is how we're going to play it. And these so-called big boy chairs sat about a foot higher than the others. They called the others, Uhuru, Takei, and all those guys, they called them people in the baby seats. Now, if you go look at a picture of the helm with everybody there sitting down, just look at the chairs. And that was a conscious decision on William Shatner's part.
Yeah, I believe it. Nick, what's next?
Interesting. What author's books do you run out to get when released?
And this counts for comics, too.
Wow. Run out to get, well, I don't necessarily run out to get comics unless it's something that, oh my God, this guy's doing a variant cover or blah, blah, blah. For the most part, my books are bought at yard sales and old libraries that are selling their books off. I'm a collector of literature. I have more than a dozen books that are well over 100 years old. I have a Dante's Inferno from the 1700s in Latin.
Wow.
Yes, wood-bound with brass fixtures. It is my prized possession. It's still not even out of storage. I refuse to take it out. I stored it so well that I figure if I take it out, it'll turn to dust. But I look for the classics. Even stuff that I've read already as an adult, seeing things through adult eyes now. Not that I think I was any less competent then, but I love the classics. I love reading them, and I'm learning languages so that I can read them in their original languages too, and that's the fun part. But if there's any new author right now that I would run, if I had money, if I was able to run out and get them, it would be anything Clive Barker writes. Anything.
Okay, cool.
What is the name of your starship? The USS...
Oh man, it's so hard not to do Spaceballs.
You can use that if you want.
Man. No, something for my spaceship, it would be the USS Lowrider.
Oh, please tell me it has fuzzy dice or a roach clip with a feather.
Fuzzy dice and the beading all around the headliner that hangs down.
Okay.
I have a bauble Virgin Mary in the window. That's my ship right there.
Is there neon under the warp nacelles?
No, we do LEDs to the music. We completely removed the docking bays because they're unnecessary.
And the cells have hydraulics.
Yeah, yes, indeed they do. How do you think we bounce around planets? I mean, there's no way I'm stopping with the kind of rims I got on this bitch. Some Romulan will fucking steal them. And next thing you know, I'll be driving a little skiff around with my 20-inchers.
That's so awesome.
Do you have a favorite adjective? Do you overuse it? And is there an adjective you loathe?
Very. I loathe very because it's kind of like a easy way out. There are so many ways to describe the word very. Very. It's 4 simple letters that if you remove them from... Mark Twain even said this. If you write and take out every word that says very, your writing will be complete. So I don't like using very a lot. I like to expound on that basic idea. Instead of saying very, I will adjust and I will use more descriptive. I'll throw an adjective in here and there, stick an adverb up somebody's nose.
I like it. That's actually really great writing advice.
Yeah, it is.
Well, hey, listen, there's no better writer than Mark Twain. Except for all the racist shit.
Yeah.
Not into none of that, but whatever.
Now, do you have a favorite adjective, and is there one do you overuse it?
Do you ever find yourself besides the word very? Is or one that you know that you like to use, and you end up, going back and editing it out, going, oh shit, I used it again.
Oh no, in that type of stuff, I write longhand, so there's a lot of erasing, and I'm constantly making grammar errors. It's ridiculous. I'm a 40-year-old writer that doesn't know his grammar properly while he's writing in longhand. I do it well on the computer, because it tells me. But right now my see, it's more of a verb and an exclamation and an adjective. It's kind of like the universal word, and I'm from Jersey, so it's fuck.
Yeah,
that works. It's everything. It's every type of word. And I don't.
When you're happy, fuck. Or sad, fuck. Excited, fuck. Or glad, fuck.
See,
right?
See, fuck is to the East Coast what dude is to the West. It's the same.
I've been on the West Coast. It's all by itself.
It does. It gets you if you're sad, a dude. And if you're happy, dude. It's the same thing.
But it's so much less offensive.
No, it depends. It's like, dude. It depends.
I've had to
get offensive.
That
I'm just saying.
like, dude, it's beer all over my car. You're not supposed to cough into the bong, you moron.
And you never do finish the word fuck. It's dude.
It fades off in the distance, just like a train going through a tunnel.
Here's the big one.
But that's not. Go ahead.
Okay. If you were approached and given the green light to write the story killing a major Star Trek canon character, and it sticks, which character would you pick?
Wow. I think because not to kill him off, but because I think he would give the best performance, I would definitely pick George Takei, Sulu.
Oh.
He became a starship commander. Movies be what they are.
Sulu, I like it.
Well, if you think about it, he's really the only classic thespian left. I mean, he still does Broadway. The man looks like he's 40 and he's 70-something, and he can act. That's what he is trained in. He is not some I don't know what I should do. I mean, don't get me wrong.
Wait, hold on. Shatner was a very well respected, probably the best of his era from, and I know this sounds like a joke, from Canada in Shakespearean. That's how.
Absolutely, yes, absolutely.
He
but
just became a parody of himself.
Right.
That's the thing. He became.
Well, hey, listen, when you're him, I mean, I guess that's how you make it. Everybody has to find their spot and make it.
Speaking of being in their 70s, do you guys realize Martha Stewart's in her mid-70s? I just found that out today, and it shocked me because I thought she was like in her 50s.
And she uses a Hitachi vibrator called the Wand, but it was on Howard Stern. Oh, God. hey, you asked.
Oh, I didn't ask.
We didn't ask, but that's hilarious.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay. I must be the other guys in my head.
Weeks.
Oh, my God. Does it have a chain pull?
It's got a cozy.
It wouldn't surprise me. I just know it has a cozy.
It has a cozy.
She made its own little absorbent mat for it to lay on. Sorry. Hey, at least I didn't do any Robin Williams jokes.
Oh, no. No, I would have been all upset. Too soon.
It's never too soon for comedy. He'd be the first one making the joke.
Yeah, that is true.
That is true.
He's sitting up there right now, or wherever you believe, or if you believe or not, I don't give a fuck. Doesn't matter to me. He's sitting somewhere right now with Kinnison and Red Fox, and he's just John Winter. He's giving him drinks, but he's there. It's amazing. Like just let's talk about physics.
The
energy can't be destroyed or created. So if there is no afterlife, which there very well may not be. I haven't been dead yet. I'll let you know when I die. If it's energy, then it's still here. Do you know what I mean? Like that energy is living on through people loving him and all
exactly.
That stuff.
That's right.
I'm just thinking about that house band with Janis Joplin on lead, and Jimi Hendrix on guitar, and whistle.
I can't wait till Perry Como's singing.
Freddie Mercury singing with them.
Hitting on all the little angel boys.
We're all tearing up now. The GMT show's tearing up.
No gay jokes allowed? Jeez.
No, I was
Mercury. We're allowed.
I had to snap out of it. That was funny.
I was just thinking about that band. Bonham and Keith Moon on dual drums.
Wasted.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, see, one drums when the other passes out. They just rotate.
That's every couple seconds.
What do you think?
They're just waiting for Neil Peart.
Oh, yeah. See, now I'm thinking thinking of the Talking Head song, Heaven.
All right. Well, my dear, again, everybody can follow you at Nemesis_Studios. Correct?
And, yes, ma'am.
And they can find you over at Nemesis-Studios.com and give it a look and take a look at the stuff from the ministry. It's looking really fun, everybody. And thank you so much for the information from JK Woodward. I think that's very cool. I'm going to be going in and looking now.
Yeah, man, check him out at JK_Woodward on Twitter. He's a man. And he does a podcast, and it's hilarious.
That's very cool.
And he gives you all the inside Star Trek-y bits.
We love him.
Yeah, he's the man.
Again, everybody.
Well, thank you for having me very much.
Our pleasure.
This was fun.
Dan, it was a blast, an absolute blast. And thank you so much for joining us. And Nick, do you want to take us out?
Mike, do you have anything?
Yeah, preferably the hot dog or something.
I just want to say thank you. It's been it's been a while since I've laughed that hard. So thank you very much. It was great meeting you and talking with you.
I had a great time, man. Thank you very much for having me.
And thank you all for joining us for this, what the hell is it called? Oh, my God.
It's a supplemental.
Thank you. This supplemental log. I took my medicine earlier. For this episode. Fuck! Hold on, Mike. You can edit this out. Hold on. Right?
Do I want to?
Yeah.
No, leave it in.
You really do. You really do. Thank you all for joining us on this supplemental log. And look up Nemesis Studios. Seriously, I think you'll enjoy it. And Joel on True, bitches.
Kapla.
Joel on
Log.
Joel on True.
Music for the G&T show is provided by Warp 11, Grethor, 5 Year Mission, and Andrew Allen's Smooth Federation.
G&T Show is a Busy Little Beaver production.